She thought she was babysitting, but behind the walls, someone was filming her every move. The worst part? The police never questioned the family. In the suburbs, evil doesn't always look like a monster. Sometimes it mows the lawn, pays its taxes, hires babysitters. But behind one quiet door in Franklin County, New Jersey, the tapes were always rolling. And when the lights went off, the story was just beginning.
Franklin County, New Jersey, May 18, 2002. 17-year-old Emily Denford was a normal, bright high school senior, a straight-A student, the kind of girl neighbors called responsible. On a quiet Saturday evening, she walked up the driveway of the Holloways' home to babysit their 5-year-old daughter, Ava. It was supposed to be just another night. Emily had babysat for the Holloways 3 times before. Always the same routine. Dinner, playtime, a bedtime story. Nothing strange. Nothing that raised red flags. By 11:15 p.m., the Holloways returned home. Ava was tucked in bed. But Emily was nowhere to be found. Her bag was still near the couch. Her shoes by the door, but her phone gone. David Holloway called Emily's mother a few minutes later.
She probably got bored and left,
he said casually. Emily never came home. Within 48 hours, the Franklin County Police labeled her a runaway. They pointed to a page in her school locker diary, notes about feeling trapped and needing to get out. But to her friends and family, the idea was absurd. She had plans, college applications, a little sister she adored. No one took her running away seriously, except the police. And so the file closed, the posters came down, and the world moved on. 5 years later, May 2007, another girl vanishes. Samantha Keller, 16, another local teen, another babysitter. Same house, same family, same pattern. This time, her parents didn't wait for police. They hired a private investigator, Ed Monroe, ex-military, meticulous, obsessive. A week into his search, Monroe climbs into the Holloway's attic, and what he finds changes everything. A small lockbox. Inside it, 12 unmarked VHS tapes, each one labeled only by number, 01 to 12. He plays them, slowly, methodically. Each tape shows Emily Denford babysitting. She's folding laundry, feeding the child, reading books, innocent moments, but all filmed from hidden cameras. One inside a vent, one aimed at the couch, another near the bathroom door. One particular frame shows Emily reading, and in the blurred background, a shadow, a figure standing in the hallway, still watching. The Holloways had claimed they were out that night. The tapes are turned over to police, but there's no follow-up, no arrest, no charges. Instead, silence. Monroe pushes, but nothing happens. And then, a journalist named Paula Givens hears about it. Paula was known for digging into school board scandals and budget frauds. But this was different. She files public records requests, starts making calls, starts asking questions. And what she discovers is terrifying. The Holloways were never formally investigated. No searches, no background checks, no interviews under oath. Why? David Holloway was a known figure, a retired contractor, a donor to the Franklin PD Benevolent Fund. He had friends in the right places. Paula interviews Detective Phil Esposito, the man originally assigned to Emily's disappearance. Now retired, he admits something on tape.
We were told to stand down. Orders from above. Said it was handled privately. I always felt something was wrong.
She has the VHS tapes digitized and reviewed by a surveillance expert. That expert finds anomalies. Tape 09 contains 2 mismatched time codes. Pausing at just the right moment shows a man's reflection in the TV screen, while Emily folds clothes in the foreground. More proof that someone was watching her. Someone who lied. Paula begins to pull back the layers. She finds building permits showing unauthorized construction in the Holloway's house. Specifically, strange ductwork added in early 2001. She traces David's work history and uncovers that he once ran a private security firm, specializing in residential surveillance installations. The Holloway home wasn't just wired, It was his prototype. And then there's Ava. The little girl Emily once babysat, now 10, had been removed from school in 2008, supposedly to be homeschooled. Paula tracks down her former teacher, who recalls a disturbing drawing Ava once made, a woman with no face, lie on a couch with a man watching her from the ceiling. There were other girls, too. Paula digs through online babysitter ads, old neighborhood flyers, social media posts. She identifies 5 different teenage girls who briefly worked for the Holloways between 2001 and 2007, all left within weeks. One refused to comment. Another spoke anonymously.
Something was wrong in that house. You could feel it in your bones.
She also gains access to Samantha Keller's diary. One entry reads,
I think there's a camera in the clock. I caught Mr. Holloway staring at me when he thought I was asleep. He said I was dreaming.
Paula brings everything together in her podcast, Quiet Crimes. In a chilling season finale, she plays the blurred audio from the tapes. She overlays diary entries. She outlines the police in action, the evidence, the witnesses, the failures. It spreads like wildfire. The public demands answers. By 2011, the state reopens both missing persons cases, and with new warrants, investigators search the Holloway residence. Cadaver dogs alert near the garage. A crawl space is opened. Inside, wrapped in plastic, are human remains. Dental records confirm Emily Denford. David Holloway is arrested for murder, surveillance crimes, and obstruction of justice. Marlene Holloway, his wife, is charged with aiding and abetting in child endangerment. Samantha Keller's body is never found. At trial, prosecutors reveal that David had kept over 60 hours of hidden footage of girls, babysitters, working inside their home. Many of the tapes were partially erased, others degraded, but it was enough. He pleads guilty to first-degree murder to avoid the death penalty, sentenced to life in prison without parole. Marlene serves 10 years. She's released in 2021. Her current location is unknown. Ava Holloway is placed in protective custody. She disappears from public view. Her name is changed. She never speaks publicly about what happened inside her home. Emily's family finally buries their daughter. A gravestone marks the end of 5 years of silence. 5 years of institutional failure. 5 years of evil hiding in plain sight. And all it took to uncover it was someone pressing play.
For years, the tapes sat in a dusty attic, whispering the truth in static. Predator watched, girls disappeared, and no one asked the right questions because monsters don't always come with claws. Sometimes they just pay the babysitter. This was the story of the Babysitter Tapes. And now you've heard them too. Subscribe to our channel for more chilling true crime stories.